Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You know how we do things around here.
We like to get right into it.
Exactly. And today we're diving right into the first chapter
Ooh, first chapter.
of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Classic.
Yeah, a classic. It's called A Long Expected Party.
I love that title.
Yeah. And I think even if you've never read Tolkien before,
Or seen the movies, or...
yeah, never even seen the movies, this is such a fun chapter to just kind of dip your toes in.
Definitely.
Because it really is like Tolkien is giving us a master class in storytelling.
It's all right there.
All disguised as this like happy little hobbit birthday party.
Yeah, you don't even realize how much he's setting up.
Exactly. So much foreshadowing going on.
While you're just enjoying, like, second breakfast.
Exactly. So we start off, and just to kind of set the scene, it's Bilbo Baggins's 11th birthday.
11st.
I know. If you don't know, hobbits age a bit differently than us regular humans.
They get to have second breakfast A&D live longer.
I know some would say a much better deal. But yeah, so it's this huge party, right? Because it's a big birthday.
Massive.
And Tolkien really, like, goes all out.
Oh, yeah.
Describing like, he's painting this picture for us.
You can really feel it.
So, like, it's not just that there's food. It's, like, tables piled high with, like, every kind of food you can imagine.
Cakes and pies.
Like, roasted meats and all this stuff.
And ale flowing.
Yes. And there's fireworks and music.
It's really a party.
Yeah, it's like a full-on festival. You can really feel it.
Which really sets the stage for how different things are going to become.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're in this idyllic little place.
Yeah.
You know,
Just like pure Shire.
the Shire at its finest.
Everyone having a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it really, like, even just in these first few pages, like, establishes the Shire as this, like, real place.
This character in the story almost.
Yeah. And part of that is how, like, obsessed with detail Tolkien gets.
Oh, yeah. He loves his details.
Like, for example, when he's talking about the hobbits getting ready for the party,
Right.
he mentions them, like, polishing their brass buttons.
Yeah. Like, who would think about that?
I know, but it's those little things that make it feel so real.
You can picture it.
Exactly. And I think the other thing that really, like, breathes life into the Shire is all the gossip.
Oh, hobbits love to gossip.
They do.
It's like their favorite pastime.
Like, you know, they're all talking about Bilbo, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like how he's this strange fellow with all these tales of his adventures.
And his crazy parties.
And his adopted nephew, Frodo.
Who is a bit of a mystery himself.
Yeah, and I love how, like, through all this gossip, we actually start to learn about the main characters.
Without even realizing it.
Yeah, like, we find out that Bilbo's kind of this, like, legendary figure.
Yeah, like a local hero almost.
Yeah, but also a bit of an oddball.
Right.
And then Frodo is seen as a bit more serious and thoughtful.
Maybe even a little bit melancholy.
Yeah. And, you know, it's subtle, but Tolkien's already kind of setting them up for their roles in the story.
He's dropping hints everywhere.
Exactly. And then we get to what I think is like the climax of the chapter.
Bilbo's disappearing act.
It's iconic.
So good.
Okay, so he's giving this big farewell speech, right?
Yeah, he's getting everyone all emotional.
And then bam, just
Uh...
vanishes into thin air.
And everyone is just like, what?
I know. And of course, if you've read The Hobbit, you know about the One Ring.
And its power to make you invisible.
But for anyone coming in fresh, it's such a, like, what just happened moment.
Totally changes the mood.
Right. Like, 1 minute, everyone's laughing and partying.
And the next, it's like someone just like pulled the plug.
Yeah, there's a stunned silence.
And then the whispers start.
And it just, like, really throws this sense of mystery into the story.
It's not just a birthday party anymore.
Definitely not. You know, something bigger's at play.
That's what makes it so brilliant.
So how does this moment with the ring, like, how does this change the tone of the chapter for you?
Well, it's like Tolkien shifts gears a bit.
Okay, yeah.
We go from this like lighthearted, almost idyllic atmosphere.
Right, like the Shire is perfect.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
suddenly there's this darkness that creeps in.
Yeah, the ring is this, like, ominous presence,
You know it's going to cause trouble.
even if we don't know exactly how yet.
And it's interesting how Tolkien uses this like simple object.
The ring.
Yeah, just a ring.
To represent this, like, larger struggle between good and evil,
It's like this tiny little thing.
but with immense power.
And it's not just the ring itself.
Yeah.
It's the effect it has on people.
Like, even Bilbo.
Yeah, you can see how attached he's become to it.
Like, he doesn't want to let it go.
Even though he knows he should.
Yeah, and that struggle, that internal conflict is, like, Really compelling.
And it sets the stage for the whole series.
Exactly. Like this tiny little decision
To keep the ring or to give it up.
has these huge repercussions.
It's a good butterfly effect.
And it all starts at this birthday party.
Which is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. And speaking of mind-blowing, can we just take a minute to appreciate Tolkien's world building here?
Oh yeah, we could talk about that for hours.
Because it's not just the setting and the characters.
He created entire languages
I know.
for his world.
Like Elvish and Dwarvish.
And he weaves them into the names and places and even the songs.
It's insane.
It's like he built this whole other universe.
With its own history and culture and mythology.
And it all feels so real and believable.
It makes you want to go there.
I know. And like how much work went into that.
It's incredible.
So we've talked about the party, the ring, the world building.
But there's another important theme here.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Sacrifice.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
Like Bilbo giving up the ring.
Yeah, that's a huge sacrifice.
Even though it's precious to him.
He knows it's the right thing to do.
And that's a theme that we see throughout the series.
Right, like Frodo and the Fellowship, they all have to make sacrifices to save Middle-earth.
They give up their homes, their comfort, even their lives.
It's really powerful.
And it's all set up right here in this first chapter.
Yeah. Tolkien is a master.
No doubt about it.
So as we wrap up here, I'm struck by like how Tolkien takes this ordinary event.
A birthday party. Yeah, and turns it into this like epic launching point for this grand adventure.
It makes you wonder what seemingly ordinary events in our own lives might be like the start of something extraordinary.
Right. Like what if that chance encounter or that random decision
Leads us on our own unexpected journey.
maybe we all have a little bit of Hobbit in us just waiting for that call to adventure.
I think so.
That's a great thought to end on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on another deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.